Welcome to Salty Woodworking. We're going to take this boring wall behind me and turn it into this beautiful built-in custom entertainment center. So this is part one of most likely 3 episodes of this built-in project. As you can see, there's going to be cabinets, floating shelves, a custom mantle, the whole 9 by the time everything is said and done. But in this video, we're just going over the bump out in the fireplace and the main middle part of this entire built-in. I'm going to go ahead and mark out each one of the studs in the wall so we got a good place to secure the framing once we get that done. I got to go ahead and get this crown molding out of the way. I got my laser level set up just so I have a good line to go off of. This is one of those areas where having a multi-tool is so handy. I designed this entire thing in Fusion 360, so now it makes it easy for me to go ahead and go in and get my dimensions so I can start building the frame. I ended up bringing all my tools upstairs just to save myself some time from having to go up and down the stairs all day. And honestly, what's a better workbench than your flooring? Hindsight, there's a lot of things that I would have changed about the way that I framed this. One, I would not get screws that have Phillip heads on them because you end up stripping so many of them.
Hey, Batman.
Batman apparently wanted to make an appearance on this. Later on in this build, I ended up switching to a frame and nailer because I just got tired of stripping out screws. It became such a pain. I ruined a few bits in the process. Never use screws with a Phillips head. Honestly, I could have got some Torx bits and used those, but I cheaped out. I took the easy road. The ones with the Phillips heads happened to be like, I don't know, third of the price, quarter of the price. So trying to save some money on this project while I can, and kind of regretted it in the end. Now you can see why I wanted to cut out the crown molding. I wanted to get this to fit in here perfectly, so it has just enough of a gap for the shiplap on each side, which in the end didn't even matter because I ended up having to take off those side pieces of crown molding and mitering them. Crown molding was a super confusing and a little bit of a difficult thing for me to figure out how to do, but managed to get it to work in the end. I got this thing to fit in there, just perfectly. It was a little bit off a square, so I took the hammer and went hammered in place the way you're supposed to do it. And look at that. I'm making it look like I know what I'm doing. Since I marked out the studs earlier, I was easily able to grab my laser level, put that on the line, and then I had a good thing to go off of to make sure I had a good way to secure this to the wall. Just want to say, if you enjoy these videos, you enjoy following along, and if you want to see a more exclusive and kind of behind the scenes of things, I did go ahead and make a Patreon. It's a space where I'll be able to post things earlier, more stuff that doesn't wind up on YouTube, a way you can chat with me one-on-one if you want to, if you have questions that don't get answered in the comments. Also, any plans that I wind up putting out, they will be completely free on there. I'm planning on doing some giveaways at some point, which will be hosted on my Patreon. So that's another reason you could join, but if you can't, it's perfectly understandable. Just if you can, leave a like, subscribe, interact with the video. I try to reply to basically every comment that gets left, because at the end of the day, you guys are the reason that I'm going to be able to do all of this stuff. At this point, we got most of the frame out of the way. Just going to make the front end for the fireplace and the TV mount and all that stuff. As you can see, I went ahead and grabbed the nail gun because I got tired of stripping screws. Here comes the first mistake of this build. Figured it out yet? Yeah, I did some math wrong. Don't really know what happened, but it was an easy fix. And here's a pro tip on how to keep your wife happy. Use your skill saw on a rug. She'll absolutely love it. In all seriousness, it was a pain to get all the sawdust out of the rug. But I went ahead and cut. It was about 2 or 3 inches off or so. So just cut that off of each end, nailed it all back together, put it up, problem solved. But I'll tell you what, sometimes it seems like I know what I'm doing. Oh boy. There's a key word I said there, if you caught it. Seems like I know what I'm doing. It's one of those good old things we all have, imposter syndrome. Well, maybe not all of us, but I know a good bit of us do struggle with that. You could tell me a million times I built the best thing in the world and I'll never believe you. But something I struggle with that, want to get better with one day. This is one of the parts of the project that I also would have changed. I over-engineered recessing the TV mount because I measured out that it needed to be 6 inches deep because that's how far out the mount came. But truthfully, I could have just recessed it about 2 inches and it'd been fine. But it's still strong and it's, not going anywhere. I said the thing, so it'll never go anywhere. This is part of the project that I thought was going to be hard, but it was super easy. As long as you made sure that your bottom board was straight, you just could roll with it. I mean, I checked a few times on the way up, just making sure it stayed level, but put one nail on the top, one nail on the bottom, go across the board, and it's perfect. The only part I had to change and trim was around the fireplace, which I just ended up taking a router with a flush trim bit and just going around it and cutting it out. And the fireplace went in perfectly with doing it that way. I'm sure somebody's going to end up asking in the comments, but I used 1.5-inch brad nails for this project. You could honestly get away with using probably 1-inch brad nails if you really wanted to, but just wanted to make sure it's going to be secured. I don't ever plan on leaving this house, so want to make sure this is going to last 30, 40 years. So Got it tacked in there real good. I'm going to do a full price breakdown on the final episode of this series, but I used 22 pieces of 12-foot long shiplap. I designed this so one piece of shiplap would wrap around the entire thing. It was just the cheapest way to do it. It still was almost $300 in shiplap. Shiplap is so expensive for whatever reason, but at the end of the day, I think it was very worth it. I absolutely love the way this thing looks. And for the corners, I just used this. It's like a PVC that I found from Lowe's. It's just a corner trim. It was like $10 a piece. So I used that, put that on each corner, and it covered up all the seams. Worked perfectly. Painted really well too. Now it's time to get into the meat and potatoes of this project. The Fireplace. It's from this company called Touchstone Products. They are based out of right here, the good old US of A. And they were kind enough to send over this fireplace for this project, which I'm so beyond grateful for. This is one of their many fireplaces, but this one is called the Sideline Elite, and it's about 60 inches wide. I'm going to tell you some more features about it in a little bit, but the install process was super simple. You took out these two screws, the glass face comes off, and then you can pop it in. There's also two more screws in here that you have to take off on each side, and it releases this little cover, which gives you access to the holes to screw it into the studs. It still blows my mind just how realistic these flames look. The camera does not do it justice by any means. I ended up making in the opening just a tad smaller than it really should have been, so it took a little bit of persuasion to get it in there, but it all worked out in the end, and I got a tight and secure fit. All you got to do is you add two screws into the studs on each side, and that puppy's not going nowhere. One thing I like is they give you a few options on how you can decorate the way it looks on the bottom. So they gave me a big log set like this, a bunch of individual logs, and then crystals if we wanted to do like the crystals in individual logs. But the wife wanted the one log, so that's what we went with. And let's take a second to just appreciate how well the sticker comes off. You have three options on controlling this fireplace. There's a remote, there's buttons on the fireplace, and then you can use your cell phone, which is really cool because it can hook up to your Wi-Fi. So you can use Amazon Alexa and, the smart things like that, and can control it from wherever you're at in the house. This fireplace has 2 different heat settings, 6 flame color options, 10 different settings for the logs, so like the embers you can change the colors on. You could also change the speed of how the flames are, and it's also got an 8-hour timer. We're in the midst of summer here in Louisiana, so I haven't really tested out the heating of it too much, but it's supposed to be able to heat up a 400 square foot room pretty well. So when wintertime comes around, we should be able to be nice and cozy with this thing. As you can see, my baby girl loves it, and I think if you were to get one, you would too. I'm going to have a link in the top of the description where it'll take you to Touchstone's website. It is an affiliate link, so if you purchase anything, it'll put a little change into my pocket, which, helps me make these videos. And now we're off to the final touches. Just got to add the crown molding to the top. Add some caulk to, hide all the gaps because I'm not a trim carpenter and I have no idea what I'm doing. And then paint the whole thing. I didn't record the process of me painting this thing because I painted a white and it didn't really show up too well on camera anyway. So just trust me that I got painted. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you'll catch the next part where I build the mantel, and then the part after that where I'll be building the cabinets and the floating shelves. I hope you enjoyed this.